Today on Smoke MN, we are doing smoked brisket pot pie. It's going to be amazing, so stay tuned. Hey, cheers everybody. It's Green Can Shan here. It has been a while. I've already done about 1,000 takes of this, so hopefully I can get this right before I actually start cooking. I haven't even done anything and I've messed up a ton already. Hey, cheers everybody. It's Green Can Shan here. I haven't posted in a while. I missed you guys, but here we are again. So, it's going to take 100 takes to do this. Everybody's laughing at me. Hey, cheers everybody. Green Can Shan here. I am... Shut up. Zach's going to have fun with this. Yeah. Let's jump right into this and get the first ingredients. Blah, blah, blah. I missed a crucial point of this video. I always try to save some of my meat. That sounds horrible. So, tonight with that brisket pot pie that I mentioned, we are using some brisket that I've made in the past, probably late fall. Kind of stock up on that for the winter. Obviously, now we're getting into spring. I want to use this stuff up. And this is just one of those recipes like I've done in the past that kind of illustrates different things you can do by saving some of the smoked stuff you've done before and reintroduce that into different meals down the road. In this case, it's going to be a little bit of stovetop cooking plus on the smoker. So we're going to jump right into this and get this going. All right, now I'm ready to go. Got a sip of beer. So the first thing that we got to do is saute some of the vegetables. And today I'm doing, with this recipe, carrots, corn, peas, onions, and some garlic. So we're going to get those sauteed up first. I've got 2 tablespoons of butter already melted in the pot. So we're going to toss this in. The carrots got to go first just because obviously they're a little bit thicker. They have to saute a little bit longer. So I'm going to go about 10 minutes on this before I add the peas and the corn. Those shouldn't take long, as well as the onion. So we'll let that sit, saute for a few minutes, checking on it, and then we'll go to the next step. You know, one thing I realized so far is that this recipe lends itself really well to drinking time. There's a lot of in-between downtime, so why not? The next thing I'm going to be doing is throwing in the onions and the garlic. So you're going to notice that I'm not saying amounts of the ingredients because you can really make it your own. Just like with a lot of these recipes. It's kind of like chili, right? You make it your own. So I'm going to throw the onions and the garlic in with the butter and carrots. The carrots are getting kind of soft, a little bit of brown from that butter being on them, which is perfect. I think at least half of the onion made it in there, so that's good enough, I guess. And then I'm going to stir this, let this go for just a couple minutes, and then add in my garlic. I like to do extra garlic, so I'm going to about 2 cloves worth. Meanwhile, I forgot to mention earlier that I am heating the smoker up to 350 degrees. I'm using a griddle, cast iron griddle for this. I've got that oiled, ready to go. So once all my ingredients are set, and I'll throw them right in there and then onto the smoker. All right, we're moving on to the next step. As you can tell, I'm moved on from the green can onto some Summit Saga IPA, I think it is. I don't know. You usually will find me drinking Minnesota beers. I like to support locals. So here we are to that. Cheers. Some good Minnesota beer. All right, so now I'm going to throw in, they're just frozen peas, frozen corn. I'm going to throw those in next as my dog tries to foil my plans here. My automatic vacuum cleaner, our dog. All right, so now you can see I've vacuum sealed, whatever you call it, my brisket. So I got 1 pound in here. Yes, I have a scale to measure it out. I'm a dork. We're going to throw that brisket in at the same time. Ooh, let's get every last chunk here. And then we're also going to be throwing in 2 cups of beef stock to this. To me, that seems like a lot, but we're going to see how this turns out. You know, we can always make adjustments after we do a recipe the first time, right? Like, I can already tell I might want to add some seasoning to this concoction. Granted, the brisket would have been seasoned a little bit already too, but I'm already seeing opportunities to make this better. But that's why you start off kind of base and you work your way up. All right, so we're going to let that simmer for a while. And then what we're going to be looking for is to get it to thicken up a little bit. So again, we've got another downtime here. So I'm going to have some beer and watch this. Be right back. Ready, Zach? Okay, as I'm waiting for this to get to a simmer, I thought I'd bring up one of our next videos that we're going to try to do when Blue Poppin' Scott? I'm going to be out of beer by the time I get this right. As I'm waiting for this to get to a simmer, thought I'd bring up maybe one of the upcoming videos that we hope to do. So Blue Poppin' Scott and I, whenever we are smoking and we're around people in person, well, first of all, they often ask for our autograph. Oh, that's okay. Maybe they don't ask for an autograph yet, but that will come. But they asked us about the clip that we have on our aprons here, and we will address the secret behind the clip. All right, everything is starting to smell absolutely fantastic. The concoction here, if you will, wasn't quite thick enough, so we did add some cornstarch to it. I think we did, maybe a tablespoon. Speaking of spoons, when you look at, say, the Traeger website for their recipe, it says you want to have it thick enough so that it coats the back of the spoon. Well, what's wrong with the front of the spoon? It should coat the same. I don't know. Maybe they're, back to the spoon prejudice. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, maybe not. Okay, so I was talking earlier about adding seasoning. I can't resist. I'm going to do it right now. So I'm just adding some heifer dust. Normally, you might just do like salt, pepper, whatever. I'm just going to kind of season this as I feel. Nothing in particular for measurement. Oh, yeah, that smells good. And then what we're going to do next is just pour it right into my skillet here. And then we're going to have to cover that then with the, I don't know, whatever you call that, crust on the top. I'm sure there's a name for it or something. My wife probably knows. So let's pour this now into our skillet. Oh, this is going to be good. Oh, it's going to be real good. I was a little nervous that it wouldn't be enough to fill up this cast iron pan because it's much bigger than a lot of the pans that they suggest in different recipes. But this will work actually really, really well. I think it's because I've got a little bit more meat than the recipes that I've seen normally call for. So this is going to be good. All right, so we're going to get the crust on there, and we'll be back with those instructions. Okay, we've got everything into the skillet now with the crust. Thank you to my wife for helping me out with that because it would have been a shit show had I not done that, or used her help, I should say. So we're going to get this onto the Rectech. Again, 350 degrees. We're looking at about 15 minutes. Keep in mind, the meat is already cooked, so this isn't going to take too long. It's probably actually taking twice as long just because I'm doing the video versus what it would take in real life. This, I can see being a very simple, hey, we've got some leftovers. Let's make something tonight. I think this would go pretty quick and be a great option for those kind of nights. So let's get this on the Rectech. All right, so our pot pie is on the Rectech. Again, 350 degrees. This should take about 15 minutes. We're going to pull it off, and I can't wait. Smells amazing. It always does, though. So here we go. All right, everybody. This turned out really, really well. Super easy, actually. The only thing is it did take a little bit longer than expected. It went about 40 minutes to get that crust to be nice golden brown, but still well worth it. Next time I would definitely play around with the seasonings and adding more flavor and so forth to it. I think that will just enhance it and make it better. Plenty of room to play with this recipe. So hopefully you guys like the video. Please hit subscribe, like us, and continue watching. Cheers. All right, oh, that's shaking. Yeah, well, the camera. Okay, there we go. I like that I can talk to you, Zach, through this. Blue Poppin' Scott. It's like, what's that? Was it Puffin stuff? No, Pillsbury. No, it's not the Puffin stuff, isn't it? I don't know. Whatever. Okay. Well, first of all, they ask us for our autograph.
No one says that.
That wasn't loud enough. You gotta be ready. You can't find good help.